Wonderful, wonderful. All right. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in the world today. Good morning, everybody. It's me, Tia Rodgers. Great Monday, giving praises and thanks to God for waking us up this morning in our right minds, able bodied to get out here and do what we do on a regular basis. And I want to thank everyone for all that you do. Thank you for your service. Thank you for all that you do to keep the world going. Because without you, I don't know where we'd be, right? So it's all about us all coming together. This morning, we're going to start the talk with just a little brief review. And I know I'm like 15 minutes early, but that's okay. You could take time out to say hello down in the comments. Good morning, YouTube. Let us know where you're tuning in from. And let us know what you're getting out of, if you're getting anything out of our talks together as we started this last week. Also, as we are going headed toward our hour to start, comment, like, share, invite people. Um, Let us know if the tips that we're giving you is helping you. Uh, Let us know what it is that you would like us to talk about. And if we're knowledgeable about it, we can do that. If not, then maybe we could do a little research, maybe find an expert that can help us in that area. So we've been talking about uh, self-awareness, self-accountability, embracing change as life is happening on life terms. And as I was preparing this morning with you guys, I ran across a note that I had wrote to myself, because I shared with you guys, life on life terms, it happens. And when you are in the profession of helping people, everyone says we want to help people, but then we can't really describe in how we want to help people, or sometimes within the realms in which we're helping people, you're limited as to what you can actually share and disclose. So there's barriers, but there's ways to get around them. But long story short, if we've been together for some time now, and I've told you about how I became a young mother early in the game, about high school, well as um, divorce, marriage, things of that nature. But the biggest thing for me, even in losing my parents, the grief process, the biggest thing for me was um, the loss of my son, and it impacted me. It just hit different. It just hit different. It's still different. I'm trying as hard as I'm grasping to, stay focused and stay on task, and to continue to dream. Uh, it doesn't come without challenges, and it doesn't come without some self accountability. So, um, as I was preparing, wrapping up from training this morning, and then making sure everything works, because I wanted to kind of feel the breeze. I wanted to feel nature this morning. So I came across a note, and it says, "Not seeing you speaking, laughing, and discussing life-changing moves towards the future, the goals of building the family home. You didn't laugh as hard as I did when I suggested that it was a great idea, but I'd really rather live down the way." The home you chose in 2015, 2016 was perfect. The trick was getting the family to buy into the vision of the family home with the mother-in-law suite. Each room had its own walk-in closet and private bathroom. Uh, and that was the note that I found. I guess that day I wanted to express that portion of it. But like I said, here, at Tammy's, Tia Rodgers, LGS Tammy's, Tia Rodgers Channel. Our mission is to provide a hand up and not a handout through education, marketing opportunities, ladies and gentlemen. With a possible income potential through the network marketing industry. You know, I've joined in 2018 and it's been an amazing ride. Took it seriously in 2018. I talked in documentations and all that, making sure all your paperwork is right? That's a part of it. I do believe I had a segment where I talked about all the things that you wanted to do in the as you're building your business. See, because did I end off last time I was talking about becoming making a decision to go in business for yourself or to start a business or to do something different, to embark on a new life change. It's scary. A lot of people will talk themselves out of it before they talk themselves into doing it. So if you have made a decision this morning to make your life better and become the change that you want to see in your life, congratulations, because it's not easy, right? It's not an easy task. As I'm flipping through, because I wanted to make sure that I hit each point as we're creeping up on 10 o'clock to begin our morning session for 30 minutes or so, and keep us focused as to what we're doing. But embracing change, starting something new, losing loved ones, all of that leads into our faith. You know, couldn't do it without God. He's so good. He's so good. Even if it's a bad day, it's a good day. I don't know what to tell y'all. It is what it is. But I know that each morning that he wakes me up and gives me the breath in my body to get up and get out here and do something with the day, just show up and make something out of the day. It doesn't have to be anything spectacular. It could just be called life. You know, every day it's not a great, fabulous day. It's not a day that we are doing something where fireworks are going off, so to speak. But every little step that we do in that day is creating something in our day, right? And having that belief in something greater than yourself helps you to go out and face the day knowing that you're not doing it alone. You might feel like you're alone. You know, you might not have nobody right with you right there at the moment. But in all reality, the creator you're not alone. You know, you may hear the kids in the background, they're boating in the background. I like to come out and see some of the exciting stuff that they're doing, you know, so forgive the little excitement in the background, but I hope that it ignites something in you because they're having fun, right? They're having a good time learning. So as we get started, we're rolling in the 10 o'clock, we're talking about spirituality and how it impacts your life and how it can be that supporting anchor as you are navigating through life challenges. Sometimes we can make plans, but the best of plans can be spoiled. And sometimes God's plan is better than the plan that we have planned for ourselves. We just don't see it at the time. You know what I mean? We have to keep on moving. We have to keep on walking and keep on showing up. So we were, as we are making sense of all this and living our life, right? We doing what we need to do. And if it's work, we're going to work. If it's building, we're going to build. So when we're looking at it from a biophysical growth and development standpoint, you're looking at the cognitive development of information processing and your cognitive development. How well do you understand the concepts? How well are you able to actually apply what it is that you're learning and take it and do something? We talked about it involves communication, your attitude, being able to communicate effectively, is pretty much um, is pretty much the best part of communication, having effective communication. And if it's ineffective, how can you improve your communication? Your attitudes and emotions. It shows up in your behaviors. And it shows up in your good morning. Y'all having fun? Well, you just sounds like it. You're interrupting my live to say good morning. I appreciate that. It's okay. Have a good day. But don't you got to move those things? Yeah. No, I'm on YouTube, darling. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll tell you later. Have a good day. Yeah, right. Good morning. How you doing? Have a great day. Thanks for what you do. Yeah, fellas, you gotta stroke a little better than that to get moving. There you go. There you go. Okay, sorry guys. Oh well, good morning. Kids, gotta love it. Gotta love it. Oh, okay, well, God's gift some mornings. We were talking about uh, the biophysical growth and development, distress and a hazard, our ability to be able to cognitively develop and process the information that we take in on a daily basis, how it impacts our attitudes and our emotions and our self-identity. How do we view ourselves? What is the identity that we carry about ourselves? What um, social cognition and regulations. We're looking at psychological strengths and hazards. And when we talked about social, we were looking at families and groups and communities and support systems and organizations and social institutions. Um, we're looking at multicultural and gender consideration and social strengths and hazards. But we're looking at that from a standpoint of who we are, how you view your life. This is all about self growth. Personal growth is all about you. It's your life, you live it. Um, how do I want to say it? From the womb to the tomb, there's phases and stages of your life where you're going to, the first part of our lives, we're usually guided by someone or some ones that teaches us right from wrong, morals, values, respect for others, and our respect for ourselves as well as others. All these things are taught to us by a time we're like really like the age of 5. Most children raised by adults have that portion in them. It's instilled in them. By 5 years old, you will observe how a child will begin to develop and test their own abilities, right? They start to do little things. They stand there. They're not only walking and talking, they're now trying to climb on things. They're trying to do more things. And they can, as long as they're safe. You know what I mean? They can explore the world that they're living in, do the things that they would like to do, because it's going to help broaden their horizon. The better their experience, the more things that they're exposed to, the better they're going to be. And that continues throughout life, from as a child and or an adult. So we want to understand our why of why do we do the things that we do? Why do we want the things that we want to have in life? What is the desire? A desire is definitely a fact of lacking something in your life that you want in your life. And you may not necessarily know how to go about it, or maybe you do, and you don't feel that the steps you have to take is really worth it because you feel as though it should just come to you. If the world is yours when you wake up, why in the heck would you have to work for something, right? Spoken like a real spoiled brat. But anyway, we have to work for everything that we do in life to become better, to see the world. And work doesn't necessarily always have to be employment. Work can be doing your part in the community, making sure that you are a positive uh, fixture in the community, that you are helping build the community up and not tear the community down, not leaving social ills around. Um, I don't even know if that was the proper way to say that, y'all. My apologies. But that was the only thing that I could think of to say right now is the best terminology I could say. And understanding, you know, why success is really a secret, but not a secret. It's all about you, how you view your life. How do you fit into the scheme of things when it comes down to your family and the world that you live in, your peers, all that stuff? Because um, as as time goes on, not to be bringing religion up or anything like faith is just a part of life as far as I'm concerned. So it's not a religion, it's not a cult, it's not, it just is. I know there would not be no me if it wasn't for something greater than myself. Something sent me through the vessels of my parents, gave them what they needed to give to me, and then sent me beautiful beings through my being and brought them here, and had to raise them to be productive citizens in the community. So, the understanding of the circle of life, the process of it, and how it impacts how we are, how our views of life, how we see life, and how we go after the things that we want. How does that impact us, right? You guys, I did try to put a little blocker up, but the breeze that's blowing out here today is so beautiful. Mm. And you guys want to take a deep breath. Good morning. I'm just rattling on, ready, Lord. But let's just take a deep breath and just suck in just this moment of being here in life today, having this moment. So let's all inhale and take a deep breath. Take it in a little deeper and release. Just release the peace, the joy, the happiness of life, the happiness of being. And exhale it out. Want to do that again? Did it feel good? So good to me. Let's breathe in one more time, guys. Take a deep, deep breath. Hold it for a few minutes. Just releasing all the tension and stress. The woes of the world, life today is beautiful because we're here and we're in it and we're Americans. So let's blow that out. And appreciate this moment, right? All right. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We are talking about our self-awareness, self-accountability, um, self-mastery over your life, your wants, your desires, right? How you fit into the world, uh, and society, your family, your groups. Um, Mastering your life through wealth building principles, because there's always going to be a first time for everything. It's a first time for everything. So who doesn't enjoy first times? The kids over here having a blast. Um, there's no need to really sell you on you, because you know you, right? Nobody knows you better than you. At least I hope nobody knows you better than you. I don't know about you, but for me, I know I'm learning myself every day, even more so every day. Different things changed over the years. Things are changing right now in real time fashion. So I don't know if anyone else has experienced life like that right now, but if you are, Listen, just know you're not alone, and we can navigate through this thing together. We can do this as we look at our self from a biophysical um, growth and development process. Sorry, guys, the answers on me. Um, and seeing how we fit into it. How can we make our lives better? So, with social skills, you have to know have the knowledge of being social. What is social, right? And having the ability to communicate effectively, which we talked about. Um, Having social problem solving skills, right? The ability to generate solutions to problems, the ability to think of the consequences, pretty much your means to an end type of thinking. So figuring out your life story, figuring out where you want to be, um, what what does your life look like? What is your mark going to be that you want to leave in the world? Even if you want to leave a mark in the world, you might not want to. You might be okay just chilling and you know, and it doesn't. The thing about leaving your mark in the world is it's just as unique as each individual in the world, and it's just as diverse as each individual in the world, no matter how big or how small. Every little bit that you do, every act of kindness, every uh, moment of generosity, or just helping someone else out, being kind, um, words, just sharing words, or being a listening ear to someone. It's so powerful. And I think a lot of times we don't even realize how powerful something like that really is, as we are navigating through life, because life is amazing, but some life experiences can really make you be like, "Whoa, what?" Open up, teach you some valuable lessons, teach you how to motivate, how to create some too, teach you how to be deal with and who you allow in your circle and who what type of things that you will subject yourself to. So that's part of the social problem solving skills, and having that ability to generate solutions to problems and the ability to think of the consequences. The power of thinking is just amazing. You don't want to ever waste that, ever, and never give it up. Leave someone else to think out things for your life. Your life, you gotta live it. So I hope that you're the one driving. So when we're looking at psychological stress, we're looking at a good regulation of emotions. We're looking at high intelligence. We're looking at or high intelligence quotient. We're looking at good emotional intelligence. We're looking at introverted personalities. Oh, extroverted. Sorry, extroverted personalities. We're looking at the positive history of experience with parents, authority figures, significant others, experiences of being valued by others, um, having been subjected to positive discipline and critical life stages, and positive life experiences. All of the, if you've had these qualities or you've had these things in your life, these are the things classified under psychological strengths that's going to help build you, not just physically, but also mentally. And we want to make sure that we're building all muscles, brain muscles, physical body muscle, all that. You want to be able to build all that. But should you have some hazards, right? It's okay. Guess what? The body repairs itself, and you can too. You don't have to stay there. You can move. You can move away. You don't gotta stay there. Especially if it hurts. If it hurts, feel the pain, address the pain, identify where it's coming from, and get rid of it, set it free, because that's how you're gonna grow. Um, when you're talking about psychological hazards, we're looking at how one describes how they how how they describe the significant events in their childhood, how the experiences with their parents and other adult figures in their life, um, This may fall underneath physical, sexual, and or emotional abuse with peers or within the living environment. History of mental disorders. History, use of antidepressants or antipsychotic medications. Um, Experience with recent life events and description of significant life events and recent years. So your recent experiences with adults and peer figures, whether it is in divorce, parents have been divorced, death of a loved one, the use of antidepressants or antipsychotic, and the use of other prescription drugs. Because sometimes it's a chemical, we can have a chemical imbalance, and the medication can have a positive effect and it can have a negative effect. But it's important that if you are on medication, that you are well in tune to your body, that you're paying attention to how it's making you feel, what are your side effects. You want to write them down. Even if you just felt it one time, you want to write that down and explain that with your doctor, because they may need to adjust some things. Don't just because they prescribe something for you doesn't mean it's a whole process to get that regulated to fit you, to help your body to function better. But these are some of the psychological hazards, different life experiences that can come into our lives and kind of leave a mark, leave a little scar, leave a bruise, or a nasty taste in our mouth, or leave us a bed of lemons. And you know what we do with the bed of lemons, right? We take the lemons and we make the best darn lemonade that you could ever taste it in your life. Right? We ain't got time for that. So when you're looking at social factors, social factors are including the family, the community, and other social support systems, as well as access to resources and the impinging social environment. So we're looking at social relationships, we're looking at the social environment in context of it, though. From your point of view, your life experience from birth till now, where you are presently, and what experiences impact that: poverty, racism, bias, social systems interactions, by individuals directly involved, or peer group, or your peer group whom you surround yourself with. They always say, look around you and look at the 5 people around you, see what they're doing. What do they have going on? If they have nothing going on, you're going to be what, number 6 with nothing going on, and we don't want that to happen. But you have to make the decision. You have to decide. You have to look at your life and assess it and see, this is where I'm at. This is what some things that I need to work on, and these are some steps that I want to take, right, to get it done. So we're looking at your daily habits. We're looking at your daily, everyday habits, your environment that you surround yourself in, the people that you're surrounding yourself with, your friends, your family, friendship, and your families. Because problems may be related to or a direct result of the following sociological or environmental detriments. And it could be family, friends, peers, and the environment you're in. So you want to make sure that you're using discernment, and again, choose wisely. And it doesn't matter what age you are, you still have to choose wisely. You have to really, really use that discernment. Because everybody's life is different, and we have different perspectives. Our mindsets are different. And never, never, never try to pull somebody over to your way of thinking. Allow them to process their processing on their own, so that they can develop the things and identify the things that they really truly want, because that takes some time. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. You're not going to do it within the first 90 days. You may come up with some pretty good stuff in the first 90 days, but the really, really good stuff is the stuff you come up with and the stuff that you actually put into action within those 90 days. Just know that to bring about change. So, as we're looking at problems and being related to results of the following sociological environments, we're going to look at families, boundaries, role systems, and subsystems. So, whether it's open or closed, the family system structure. Was it open or was it closed off? I think mine was a little closed off. They must have been there. We migrated within our tribe. We didn't socialize outside of our tribe. It was definitely friends, peers growing up were your cousins, and family friends, your parents' friends, kids' friends. Very tight knit, not open where you have free reign to just go out and go wherever. Spending the night wasn't an option. So we're looking at you got to look at all of that, how those roles, how it impacted your life. I shared a little brief part about mine because mine was definitely a closed family structure. How does the family define itself? How does your family define itself? I don't know. Let's see, coming up as a kid, and now that I'm thinking of it, I can say it defined itself as a loving family, supportive, but pretty much handle your business, get the job done. When I became a parent, I decided to make it more of we are a team together, using positive reinforcement more so, and really being intentional about showing up and being there. Could be the single parent shame, guilt thing that we go through, but it was very important to show up, to let them know that I was there for them, no matter what. It didn't matter what I was doing. I think that's a good thing, within reason, because don't be acting up and think I'm going to come there, because then it's not going to be good. But long story short, looking at how does the family define itself? How does your family define itself? I'm looking at the family patterns of communication, interaction, and context in the process. Is it constant conflict all the time, or is it are you belittling each other? Are you using profanity to say something that you could have said just real simple with regular words? That's a part of the family patterns of communication, whether it's verbal or nonverbal expression, and what type of effect is it having. So when you're looking at family satisfaction with rules and the expectations, first of all, you got to define the rules in the family, and allocations of and who's going to be doing what. Allocations of power, like who's in charge. Is mom and dad in charge? Mom and dad, is that mom in charge, or however it go? Or does the whole family come together, discuss something? Mom, dad, kids come together, discuss, and then they move on. And is the role a strained role, or is it a supportive role? Because that makes a difference too. If it's always challenging to try to work out and get things done, kind of makes people not want to interact or talk, or they don't feel as important or valued as a valued member of the family, or anything in that matter. But we're talking about family now, right? So, and when you look at group interactions, with patterns of interaction with your peers, and say possibly a work group, and how that group influences you. Is it normal group forms? And I say normal with my quote hands all the time, because let's define normal. And then there's other group dynamics that can play a part in the group settings and the group interactions as well. We're going to be you look at behavior of the individuals in the group themselves. How well does each member of the group, how well are they at accepting responsibility and accountability for what they do. Do they look for it out? Do they always have an exit strategy for reasons why things aren't getting done that was necessarily their part to do, right? So, all these things play a part, and these are things that I want you to think about as you are thinking about embarking on your life change. Change isn't easy, but one sure thing I know is that it's always worth it. It's always been worth it every time, whether it would lead it into developing relationships, long lasting relationships, connections, business connections, or just lifelong, genuine friendship. So it all plays a part, and that's why life is so amazing. And you too can live the life of your dreams. You can live the life that you desire. It no longer has to be something that you lack. It could be something that you are now starting to take very, very seriously and start working towards it. So it might take you a year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. But you'll be able to set up some type of tracking system of looking at, marking down where you are today, and starting in 12 months from today and seeing how far you have come to where you are, even though you still may have a long way to go, but you can see some accomplishments. You'll have some wins along the way while you're working towards what you desire. That's pretty exciting to me. I don't know if it's exciting to anyone else, but knowing yourself, knowing what it is that you want for life sometimes might take some time. You don't know that right off the bat. I didn't know that right off the bat when I, graduated high school. Pretty much I thought graduating high school, I thought I was going to have like this rich life, but it didn't come out like that. My parents told me I had to go to work. Get in the car with the bow. No, that was my little fantasy story that was in my head for after high school graduation soon sank real fast, real fast. So, but whatever your hopes and dreams are, make sure that you're building towards them. Don't be like me and fail to prepare ahead of time when you have the opportunity, when you're at your most securest, at your parents, under your parents' care, when you can set yourself up to win for the rest of your life. You want to work smarter and not harder, and knowing yourself and knowing your capabilities and being able to push yourself to do some of the things that you might not feel so comfortable doing, some things that are outside of your norm, whatever norm is, of doing, to get to where it is that you want to get, being able to show up for yourself. So as we're looking at, we were talking about association groups and how that impacts our lives, right? So, and if we're socializing and we're interacting with others, we're talking to our family, we're definitely having some type of self-talk with ourselves. So we're looking at communication and support, and what's the degree of attachment towards the place you live. Is there an is ethnic communities and the significance of the ethnic identity? Does it have unique values? Has it been adopted by your community? Is it supports and strengths in the community? Is the community inhibiting or promoting development? So support systems available is social support. That's your family, your friends, and extended family. Your social support groups are self-help groups. So institutions, institutional supports are child support, welfare, health benefits, access to resources, daycare, recreational facilities, police protection, and barriers to support systems. And then having the ability to identify new resources and new support systems. All of that is uncovered. Good morning. All of that is a part of your personal growth and development, being a part of your family, being a part of your community, being a part of society. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, I'm on YouTube. It's all right. Good morning. Hi. Great dog.
Like the bread.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Thank you. Enjoy your walk. Oh, sorry, guys. Well, we're wrapping up anyway. You have to be social and say hello, good morning. It doesn't hurt anything. And beautiful dog he had. So being all of that is a part of your makeup. How well are you able to process what it is that you learn? How well are you at implementing what it is that you learn into your life and applying it to your life and or lifestyle? Um, and what benefits and what hazards may be in your way. It's okay to sit down and identify them, because the clearer you get on them, the more you're going to see your you're going to see your future. You're going to be able to get clear as to what it is that you want out of life, how you're going to give yourself a timeline to see exactly how long it's going to take you to achieve it, because you're going to be growing and developing in that process. You're going to be doing things that you may not have done before, or maybe you've done it before but maybe not that um, on that particular level. You may have to go up a level to learn some more skills. Always continue to live life and be a student of life. There's always something to learn every day. I swear to beans, it is. I would not lie to you. It's always something to do. For real, for real, for real. Sometimes I always say it's not enough hours in a day to do everything that you may want to do or desire to do in a lifetime in your day. But you finna have a great day. Thank you. You have to decide what it is that you want for your life and take the wheel and drive it and do what you need to do. And guess what? Every day's not going to be exciting. Every day, fireworks ain't going to go off. Every day may not be enriching, but what is going to be enriching and satisfying is the fact that you showed up for yourself. You kept your commitment to you, that you did every effort that you could to um, make the change possible within your life and in the hours in which you had in that day. And guess what? It doesn't even take all 24 hours to do it either. So, you just might want to go back over this week, answer some of the questions that are there, and start looking at it. Where do you want to go? If the life that you're living right now is not your ideal dream life, and we get it, everybody doesn't get blessed to like actually get educated and actually get in the field that was of their passion, um, or that they went to school for. They end up doing something totally different. But still in all, you can find magic in that. While you're working the magic where you are, you can be building on where you're going. And it can be done. So if you would like to learn how that could be done, you can join us. I always invite you to join me. Um, this week, Wednesday, the month of July, is Wealth Building Principles. So we're going to be at 111 North 6th Street in Camden, New Jersey, at La Unique African American Bookstore and Cultural Center from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Our first kickoff day was there. I recorded and went live. Um, this week, I'm going to just be there and I will be talking to people individually or in a group, whoever should RSVP. You have to RSVP so that I can get a head count. It is a lunch and learn, but why spend my money on lunch if nobody's coming? I ain't doing that. That's against the movement of financial literacy. You got to have a head count for your event. You got to know what you're spending and putting out for people. But whether you just stop in, come in and say hi, take a look around, get a little information, or come on in and we sit down and I give you your own one-on-one overview perspective into home-based business. Come on out and see us. We'll be glad to have you. Everything is in remodelization, and we're bringing back the renew and trying to get things up and rolling. So I'm honored that Mr. Larry allowed me the time to come in to be able to meet with you all who are interested in coming and finding out about well-built principles. So I look forward to seeing you. Also, there is, before I go, I don't want to mess it up. As we wrapping up today, I want to get it right because all the time I don't always get it right off the top of my head when it comes to remembering different events that you could partake in, if should you be interested. So we have a wealth building Saturday coming up July 22nd. If you want to register for that, it's at the Holiday Inn Dublin, Pleasanton. It's at 6680 Regional Street, Dublin, California. So the doors open up at 9:30 a.m. If you're an agent like me, we're going to pay. But if you're going to be our guest, you get to come in free and join us. So but check my page for the flyer because I think I did post that. And then there's also another one, a Super Saturday, coming up on July 22nd as well, but I believe that one's in Atlanta, Georgia. Also, there is a conference there in August. The conference is coming up. The International Convention is coming up. But there's a lot of things popping, guys. A lot of different things going on all over. So, hey, you can make it a business trip expense, write off on your taxes or going to learn information, education. Little tidbits that you learn along the way, along the journey. So I want to thank you all so much for joining me. And we're going to pick up where we left off at on yesterday. We're going to pick up where we left off at as far as this week for tomorrow. And we're talking about all the support systems as far as family, community, institutions, things of that nature that support us as we are growing, learning, and healing, and be getting better in life, getting better in business, getting better with ourselves, and moving the mark a little bit, moving the mark up a little bit. So my name is Tia Rodgers, wishing you all a wonderful, blessed, amazing day. Remember that you are awesome. You are a winner from the time that you were conceived in your mother's womb. And you have everything that you need within you to succeed and make your life a success. So success is determined by you. So go out there and be awesome. Have a blessed day, everyone. Bye-bye now. Now let's hope and pray I close this out right, because sometimes I do it wrong, but it's all right. Have a great day, everybody. Go out there and show up for yourself.